5 minutes.
Your awareness may be powerful enough to control your instincts. Your instinct will be to remove your hand from the box.
It's your girl Meesh, and welcome to another episode of the LUV MEESH Podcast. And welcome to another episode of LUV MEESH Podcast. In the background today, we are listening to Healing Vibrations. This is a purity sound bath, meditation music for cleansing the mind and spirit, singing bowls. Thank you. This should get us through the whole podcast. This is about an hour, so let's see if we can make it do what it do. So you see the title of the episode. What are your thoughts right off the bat? What are your thoughts? Pause. We're going to come back to that in just one moment. So what's been going on with me? I have consistently been completing 7 pages of my fertility baby dust book each night. And so I'm so very proud of myself. I just have like a million things going through my mind. I'm usually left, right, but to constantly stick to one thing, I'm like super proud of myself. And I'm excited to see what door, what avenue, what journey that book is going to take me on. What else has been going on? I started reading the meditation book. I told you meditation has just been calling me. And I literally have been sitting in the sun for the past 2 days and just letting the sun wash over me. And I feel like that's a form of meditation, but I'm going to continue to read the book and see how deep I can get into it. And whenever I get a book, I write the date and I write my initials on there. And I started that book May of 2021 and I put it down. And I went through so much shit last year. I really feel like if I just would have committed and finished that book, the lessons and information and knowledge that I learned from it could have really helped me through. So I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm not going to be down and out, but I will say I'm just going to, let that be a memory for me. Sometimes God sends the help, creator, universe, spirit, whatever, sends the help to you before the trial comes. But, if you don't take the help, if you don't complete the help, if you don't, recognize that it's help, you're going to go through this whole storm when the help was there all along. So that's definitely going to be a memory for me. But that's okay. I picked it back up. We're here now and we're going to continue. What else? Oh, I've been working on my credit, so I'm super excited about that. And the weather. Can we shout out to Mr. Sun? I have been sitting in the sun for the past 2 days. I really like a flower child. It's so crazy. I got my spiritual advisor gave me a reading. And shout out to her. I'm so glad she's in my life. Like, there's so many different things that you go through in life, and there's different people you can have in place to help you. You can have a mentor at work. You can have your doctor help you with your health. You can have friends to help you with your social life. You can have the banker to help you with finances. I mean, there's just so many categories, and just to have someone in those categories to help you is a blessing. I'm picking up on that too. So she's helping me walk through my spiritual journey, giving me insight from all the messages that I'm missing because I'm such a baby in this area. But she was telling me that I'm like, I need to connect more with nature, and I always am like walking around barefoot, save the animals, don't eat the animals. Oh, look at the plants, look at the trees, go vegan. So, no shit, Sherlock. I do feel like my roots spiritually are with nature, and my favorite, I have favorite songs, everything. I'll just say this a million times. But one of my Disney favorite movies is Tinkerbell. I just loved Tinkerbell. I loved her little attitude. I loved how she was a fairy. I loved how she liked to fix things. And then when they came out with the whole series to show the whole fairy world, I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. Speaking of, there is a show on Netflix about fairies. And it kind of slowed down. I got a little bit bored, but I'm going to pick it back up. But I don't know, like, you see how those things be coming out. So I saw the fairy show, I'm outside grounding. She's saying you're one with nature. Like, I'm able to piece things together like that. But anyways, when it's really cloudy and rainy, I'm not my best self. I probably, I'm going to just start sleeping on those days. Because I'm already grouchy. I'm not in a good mood. It's already like, leave me the fuck alone. I might just need to sleep on them days and recharge. But when the sun is out, I can stand in the sun all day long. Oh my God. I feel like it's charging me up. They aren't being honest with y'all. The sun is charging me up. If it can grow plants and other stuff, my God, what is it doing for us? Like, nobody's really being honest with us. There's messages in light. There's frequency in light. There's energy in light. And it is downloading information into you. It is healing your body. It is helping you grow. And just try to get you some sun every day. Was that it for me? Oh, so I signed the contract. I submitted the podcast with Forbidden Knowledge TV. And I'm just waiting to hear back. But I don't know if they posted it already. But I have like over 100 listens in the past 2 days. I'm like, what? It'll usually be like one random podcast that'll have a lot. Like when you talk about sex, those are going to be high. So I had on OnlyFans, and I was talking about OnlyFans, sugar daddy, seeking arrangement and stuff like that. That one was pretty high. And then I did a book review on The Alchemist, and that one was pretty high. So to just see 2 in a row, it's like, what? So I'm not sure, maybe it's out there. Universe is doing its thing, so I'm happy about that. Okay, so let's reel it back in. Let's do our Rickos. For this particular podcast, the things that I mentioned, I have a whole Pinterest board on body positivity, so you can click on that link and see all of the memes that I'm going to go over. And on my YouTube, I have a self-care tab that talks about various things, but you can hone in on the hair body positivity videos. They're all in there. When I learn something, I can spend hours and hours and hours looking at it. I just absorb the information. And instead of doing all of the clips and yada, 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 I say, okay, let me just send them the link to the YouTube and a link to the Pinterest. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to figure out another way to compartmentalize all of this so it'll be easier for you guys to see. The 2 articles that I'm going to be going over are from thelist.com and thelittlethings.com. Okay, so that's just like a podcast highlight. I like to do business recommendations. This one is local. It's Pieces of Princess, which is my cousin. Congratulations, cuz. You can check her out at piecesofprincess.com. She has a natural body care shop. She does bath salts, soaps. She's introduced shoes and clothes. She even does chakra, necklaces and bracelets. She had a store in the Avenues Mall. I think she's transitioning out of the mall. And I just wish her all the best luck and success. I do feel like people do go out just to kind of get out the house, but at home is where it's at. You order groceries at home. I just ordered my contacts from my home. Okay, you can order grocery from home. You can order food from home. You can order liquor from home. Walmart got the thing. Amazon got the thing. It's like we really are leaving the house now for like a Topgolf or to go bowling. It's really going to be like dates and experiences, not so much shopping. Like that's going to come to your front door. since COVID, like the world has changed. I wouldn't be surprised if virtual reality is going to be the new thing. Like there's going to be a virtual reality mall, and you can go into the virtual reality stores, and when people order something, they'll get the experience of being in your store virtually, but you're going to ship the stuff to them. I'm pretty sure people are going to start Ubering stuff to them. So if I have a store and somebody makes a purchase right now, instead of shipping it within 7 days, I can call an Uber, put that gift in there, and send the Uber to that person's house. I mean, this is just me and my mind. You know, I'm a futuristic baby. So we're going to move on to the next one. The video reco would be do it yourself all natural deodorant, which is vegan friendly. Yes. This goes right along with the topic that we're talking about today. I actually have made my own deodorant, and I think it works amazing. All you need is a baking soda, cornstarch, coconut oil, and a flavor. I've used vanilla. The first batch that I made, very, very first batch I made, I asked my sister-in-law to make a pink body shea butter for me, and I put a baby powder like air freshener in there, and it was too strong, so it broke me out. And so then I wanted to stick to more natural essential oils or natural ingredients. Like if you can, the rule of thumb is if you can put it on your skin, if you can eat it, it's good for your body. So if there's like a cake, birthday cake or vanilla, if you put those in food, they're good for your body. So the second one I made was with vanilla. That one was amazing, and I thought I lost it. I could not find it, so I made another batch. And when I found my original deodorant, I let the other batch sit. So when the first one was out and I opened up the second batch, it went sour. So you have to like make this to use. It can't just be sitting. I guess like food is gonna go bad. So I'm excited to do my third batch. I want to instead of vanilla, I want to get like a birthday cake flavor. So the Publix by my house didn't have the flavor. I'm going to have to see which one does. But I wouldn't mind smelling like a birthday cake. So yeah, I'm excited to do that. So check out the video. She actually adds other things like colloidal silver and zinc and stuff, which is perfectly fine. I just sticked, it worked for me. If I want to add more, I can. But so far, this is where I'm at. And the podcast reco would be unladylike. How to wear body hair. I am such like a podcast advocate, and I see the podcast world is growing. Like now I see like YouTubers are starting a podcast. Like what is his name? Keep it cute or put it on mute. Anyways, I'm like, he got a podcast now. You got a whole YouTube and jumping in the podcast world. So you see how the world changes, but I can't say anything because I have video capabilities. So I'm going to be putting my podcast on YouTube. So we both are entering each other's worlds. I just love how the world is really open up, being authentic, being true, letting you peek into other people's lives to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. Everything is not all peaches and rainbows, sunshine, birds singing. You're starting to hear topics that you've never heard before, like kidnappings and sex trafficking and abuse and like the dark stuff just as much as the healthy stuff like mental health and love and how to build a good relationship. It's just like this really is the age of Aquarius. This information is floating, and if you aren't, casting your net out and grabbing that knowledge, that's very unwise. Okay, so Reiki healing and prayer reco would be people living their authentic lives, especially in this robotic ass world. Regardless of the criticism, kudos to you and bless your heart. And the music reco would be Haley Stanfield, Love Myself. I remember a long time ago, oh my God. My first relationship was so toxic, y'all. I can't tell you how many times we broke up. It was ridiculous. But I found that song and it was like, yes, I love myself. Like, F you, F everybody. Like, I'm good. I love myself. It was like such an empowering song. So much energy in there. And the moment you press play, you're going to be just smiling. And I love music like that. And it's usually in the pop genre. Like when it gets to rap, it's usually like money, bitches, hoes, drugs. You got your neo soul, love, romance, and then you got your conscious rap is really coming up. I'm loving the conscious rap. And then pop is usually like high upbeat. It's the energy for me. I remember I went to a rave one time and it was just such a high vibe. Everybody was singing and dancing. The outfits were colorful and amazing. I'm pretty sure everybody was on drugs, but it was such a vibe. Like 70s babies, and I can't wait to go to another one. I really enjoy myself. I didn't know much of the artists, but music is music. You feel the vibes, and I was feeling all of them. So check out Haley Steinfeld. You are really going to love that song. Okay, so let's get to it. Question: what are your thoughts on shaving? Should your hair grow just as Creator intended it, or should you cut it off? And I want to give you a follow-up question. If you cut it off, would that be all of your hair or just some? Because some people will cut their pubic hair or their underarm hair, but they'll leave their hair on their heads. They won't touch their eyebrows or their eyelashes. Some people will shave, they'll leave the hair under their arm. So, what are your thoughts on shaving? Do you think you should shave? Do you think you should shave? Do you say, who the fuck cares? Do what you want, it's your body. And then a follow-up question is for if you do shave, then why not shave everything, So there's 2 different clips that I want you to hear because everybody has different perspectives about it. And then I'm going to come back in and, of course, I'm going to give you mine. So I'll be back.
I feel like it's one of those things that you kind of know everyone does and everyone has, but you just don't talk about it.
Today, we're talking about all of our hair down there.
I feel some type of way about my pubic hair.
I think pubic hair is gross because I think all hair is gross.
The carpet definitely doesn't match the drapes.
I'm still finding how I feel about pubic hair.
It's kind of gross, not gonna lie. It's kind of very gross.
It's a question all people face, especially during those lazy, long winter months. To shave or not to shave? That is the question.
I've shaved my pubes off more times than I can count. I have bled in more places than are natural because of it.
I like to trim it. I think it looks messy when it's too unkept.
I'm about that groom life, not that completely shaving everything off life.
I have my pubic hair lasered. It was very painful, and some days I miss it. Is that weird?
I don't do a full-on wax or shave. I definitely trim. I think that does help because in my opinion, it can get pretty hairy down there.
I grow a lot of hair, and so if I don't take care of it, it's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get bad. It's gonna get upsetting.
According to a study published in JAMA Dermatology, 85% of women ages 18 to 65 reported some sort of pubic grooming.
It's changed a lot in the 70s. I never had a conversation with my mom of what to do with my pubic hair or what not to do. But after spending my late teens and my early 20s in Miami, I quickly realized that the best thing to do was just go bald eagle.
Reality of dating and pubic hair in your mid-40s is a whole other conversation. I'm 46, I'm competing with women in their 30s, and it's does it really come down to what your pubes look like?
I took both of my daughters to be waxed. I just felt like in today's world, you've got to be cleaned up down there. I felt like, yeah, they needed that clean, what do you call it, bush type of situation.
So your mom told us that she took you and your sister to get it waxed or shaved off.
We have a very open family. I definitely think there is pressure to shave your pubic hair right now.
I think a lot of societal pressure of women not showing a lot of pubic hair or being bare definitely comes from porn.
From porn.
It was probably porn.
In porn, women never have any pubic hair.
It's a stigma. It's again, we're somehow not fitting into this mold of what's female, of what a woman is supposed to be. And it's obviously BS, but it gets in your head.
It's something weird that's happened where we now in society think that once you hit puberty, girls should be worried about being absolutely hairless in every way, except for your eyebrows and your head, which is creepy.
Like, no one cares, you know? Like, I am not the hair on my body.
I feel bad for you guys. It's just an extra thing you have to do. So I feel like it's one added burden. There's so many burdens for women.
I feel like my relationship with my whole body is gonna change as I get older. I don't know, I would like to try to get a bikini wax, although it's,
I guess being older, it's just kind of freeing not to have to wax and not to have to worry about it.
30% of men reported that a partner's pubic hair would make them reconsider a relationship. That's whack.
Like, men love to claim that they will only interact with the vagina if it is shaven, but listen, ladies, that is false.
I think one time I met one guy who was like, oh, I'm so glad that you waxed because this grosses me out. And I was just kind of like, literally no one asked you. Like, it's my body, my choice. I don't care.
You shouldn't be with someone who is so disgusted by your body as it naturally is that you have to get rid of absolutely everything.
I think pubic hair is a very personal thing and it's a personal choice, and if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna wax it off, you're gonna do a bald eagle, a landing strip, or no matter what you do it because that's what feels good to you, not because you're doing it for someone else.
The whole point of pubic hair is to protect our anatomy and to keep things working properly, and when you remove that, you're literally, you know, it's like you're taking away a protective layer.
If you have pubic hair, if you want it long, if you want it short, if you want to get those little cute designs, if you want to bedazzle it, do what makes you comfortable. Don't worry about what other people are thinking. It's your pubic hair, do what you want with it.
No matter what your age is or your preferences are, don't let the pressures of society or a partner dictate how you handle your body. See you next time.
Do you prefer shaved or natural? Hey guys, this is Jennifer. Welcome to The Cheeky Truth. This is where we ask the cheekiest questions on the Las Vegas Strip. Let's go find the truth.
Shaving. I think the natural thing is like old timey. I think that's like 70s porn, like Ron, what's the guy?
Ron Jeremy?
Yes, Ron Jeremy. That's when I think of like all that hair and all that. No, shave it.
So completely bald or like a landing strip?
A little fuzz for the texture.
Little fuzz for texture, okay.
I prefer shaved.
Shaved as in completely bald or landing strip, something there?
I'd say completely bald, but I don't really care, but I prefer bald.
For a girl who is shaven or natural?
Shaven.
Definitely shaven. No, you're ugly. That sick fuck over there. Shaven. Definitely shaven.
Okay, next.
You talking about?
Yes, we are talking about that.
Yeah, wow. It can go either way. I actually think natural's kind of nice as long as it's not crazy.
So by natural, do you mean like a landing strip or completely bare? As not too crazy?
Let's just say it's taken care of. It doesn't have to be shaved, but I like it just kind of
So manicured?
Manicured, thank you.
Do you prefer shaved or natural?
It depends on the energy, to be honest. For instance, I don't know if it's shaved or natural if I already like the girl in reality, but if the energy's crazy enough and we get home and it's shaved, I don't care, to be honest.
So you're an equal opportunity.
I'm an equal opportunist, I guess. EEO, yes.
You know, let me hit you with my country accent. I like it. Sometimes I like to go in the woods, and sometimes I like to see the beach. You know what I'm talking
about? I do.
Yeah. So I mean, it just depends on it. If she kind of looks like she's a forest type of girl, yeah, I want the forest. But if not, I like to lay on flat surface. You know what I'm talking about? Nothing.
Flat surface is good.
Yeah.
Either have a girl or a guy, if you're going down on them, do you want them to be natural, shaved, landing strip?
I don't think my guy should wax. I don't know. That
well, not waxing, but like, do you want them like manicured? Do you want it like out of control hairy, or do you want it manicured?
Trimmed up.
Yeah, trim it up. You know, keep it cleaned
Looking
up.
nice, yeah.
Not
all rough looking.
So you want it nice and manicured, not necessarily waxed, but just nice and clean.
Only that area though, like he can't. I don't want you getting your eyebrows waxed or nothing like that. But yeah.
I prefer that landing strip actually. No, I'm kidding. I would definitely say shaved. If I see that a girl's natural, especially if it's one of the first times that we're hooking up, she'll never hear from me again. So.
You sound like me in one aspect. Hey guys, if you liked that episode, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. Please check out our website, thecheekytruth.com, and we will see you next time. Stay cheeky.
Okay, so what did you think about the people that you heard? Do you agree with them? Do you disagree? Do you agree with more than others, etc., etc.? Okay, now let me tell you about me. I have never been a fan of shaving my legs and my arms. My hair is sandy red. It kind of matches the color of my skin, and you really wouldn't notice it if it wasn't so long, right? I remember being a cheerleader, and I remember my mom, she's real big on shaving. My sister is real big on shaving, and my mom and my little sister are like two spitting mirror images of each other, peas in a pod. And I just did it because I really didn't too much care. Like, nobody was going to put no pressure on me. Like, I already don't care about what anybody has to say already. I'm the rebel of the family. Shout out to the middle kids. Middle kids do what the fuck they want. Now that I think about it, my niece Zuzu, she do her thing. My nephew CJ, he be doing his thing. And my niece Jazzy, she be see, the middle kids, they gonna break all kind of rules. They just gonna be them. So if you got a middle kid, just let them. Those are the free spirits. But yeah, I never really put no pressure on it. Guys have never really even said like, oh my gosh, your arms are hairy or your legs are hairy. As far as my arms and my vajay, I've usually shaved those with a razor or with Nair. I've never had a wax before. I think they do sugar wax now. But I don't have to worry about any of that anymore because your girl has just joined the club. I was just like, it's been a couple months. I was like, I'm just not shaving anymore. Like, what? Oh, my best friend. Okay, so I be getting my messages. Y'all already know I be getting my messages. It like hit me like 3 times, and I'd be like, oh, I hear you, universe. Times 3. I saw a couple of clips on YouTube. I found this one lady and I could not find her clip. I was so mad. Like, she was really like cussing out, like going in, like, y'all so colonized. What is you doing? She had her baby crawling around. I can't even find her no more. So that was one. And then my best friend was like, y'all need to stop shaving. What is y'all shaving for? Y'all need to stop shaving. And then it hit me like, girl, I just did the podcast. On my previous podcast, I was telling you guys I dreaded my hair. I have love locks now. And it's like you get messages from the sun through your hair. Your hair is very important. Even in the Bible, Samuel lost everything by telling Delilah what where his strength came from, which was his hair. Okay, so why do we be forgetting stuff like that? Like, oh, man should not live by bread alone. We live by those, but we forget about Samson and Delilah. Bitch, don't cut your fucking hair. It's just funny how we pick and choose what we want to believe out the Bible. It's just so hilarious to me. But I got my locks and I was like, okay, I'm not cutting my hair no more. I'm not straightening it no more. I've been stopped doing perms. It's funny it's funny to look back on your life and see how you've grown. I went from hot combs to perms to going natural with the fro, to just maybe flat iron my hair once or twice a year. Now I have love locks. But sticking to the topic, I was telling my mom, I remember my deodorant went sour, so I had made a new batch. And I was like, all right, Mom, I don't got no deodorant today. Let me know if if you start to smell me or whatever, let me know. And I was like, what's the signal gonna be? And she was like, oh, like wolf monkey. And I remember looking at Bad Gloves Club 7. My sister loved Bad Gloves Club. I only looked at like one season with her because I love Judy. I got that voodoo for you bitches. Yes. See, spirit was calling out to me then, but I was scared. But voodoo is not to be scared. Magic is not to be scared. People know who should be scared of it, and it's not you. You were given that power. Everybody else should fear it. But I remember she was dancing in the club or whatever, and one of the other girls was like, don't nobody want to see that whoop monkey? It's so funny. I got to let you hear it. So I'm going to pause for a minute so you can hear it, and I'm going to come right back.
Judy is acting a fool. Pull your
your dress down. Be a lady. Be classy. Like, you don't have to dance with your dress up and keep it up because that's not cute. No one wants to see that. No one wants to see that wolf monkey. A wolf monkey is a hairy vagina. A hairy, nasty, trifling vagina. It's really a wolf puss, but I'm not going to say that on TV, so I just said wolf monkey.
So yeah, she said it was wolf pussy, but she said wolf monkey because she was on TV. So I was so funny as I was thinking about this podcast. I was like, what am I going to call it? What's the name of the tribe? Like, how do you say that and I just came up with like little jokes. So I want to go over those little jokes. It's not to offend anybody. Look, I'm part of the tribe. I sometimes laugh in uncomfortable situations. Like, laughter brings me up. So sometimes if I can crack a laugh or if it can make me laugh, it just brightens my spirits. So this is not to be offensive at all. So I put wolf monkey, of course, with Judy, Bad Girls Club season 7. Then I put long hair, don't care. You get it? Long hair, don't care. And then I put Wolfgang. How? At this moment, it doesn't they always want to do these goddamn. Now see this. They said this was supposed to be an hour. It has not been no damn hour. Has it been a fucking hour? It probably has. See, these podcasts they be taking up a long time to do. Oh, because I stopped. See, it's me. I stopped and looked at another YouTube video and then I came back. My bad. Let me just push replay. I don't know when they're going to realize we don't give a fuck about these commercials. We're going to buy what we want. I don't care how many times they play the damn commercial. Okay. So Wolf Monkey, Judy, Bad Girls Club season 7. I wonder what Judy is doing. I want Judy to come back. New York done came back and did some things. Long hair, don't care. Wolfgang, how? Wolf Pack, all natural. Hair everywhere. The pits are pitting. Body hair, don't care. Ow. Body hair gang. Pit, baby. It's supposed to be like ice, baby. I just thought those were like so funny. I'm such a cornball. I just want to put a disclaimer out there. If you shave, that's great. My only recommendation, because I love you to life. Okay, let's let that be a thing. Not I love you, because people love people to death. Be putting poison in their shit, putting their name on the wheel and all. I don't want you to just love me, and I definitely don't want you to love me to. I want you to love me to life, okay? So I'm saying this because I love you to life. If you shave, that's great, but please switch to non-aluminum deodorant because it causes cancer. And this is where, like, I'm just so passionate about things. I don't know. I need to see what's in my chart because the passion just be coming out. But you never see a warning sign on it. And that's my problem with society. They do all of these studies, all these tests, all these experiments, and they don't tell us. Like, what the fuck? Where did the information go? Are you just keeping it amongst yourselves to not fuck up and let the rest of us die? Think of alcohol, how long it took for that to have a label. Think of cigarettes, how many people died of fucking cancer and smoking in buildings and on planes and shit before they, put laws in place and put warning labels on that stuff. How many people have to die before they tell the truth? Like, this stuff shouldn't be able to go on the shelf without those labels. Now, if you know me, I'm a hippie. If I learn something to better my health, I'm on it. But do you? So yeah, that was my little disclaimer. You can check out my Pinterest where, I'm learning more and more about myself. It's so crazy. I'm like fucking 34 and it's just like I'm just learning more and more about myself. But I'm a visual person. I love to read, but I also love pictures. I also love memes. I love to laugh. So the link, as I mentioned before, is up there for Pinterest. One of the pictures shows my business and it's written over top of her panties and you can see her hair growing, out of her panties. Another one says, why should I have to alter the natural state of my body to be seen as socially acceptable? I agree. Another one says, don't be ashamed of your body hair or your belly or your stretch marks. And I agree. Well, how can we have a whole campaign saying, oh, we like tiger stripes, or this is my belly, you're going to get this Winnie the Pooh belly this summer, but it's like we shun out hair. It's like accept it all or none. Like I hate how we pick and choose all the time. Another one is a picture of long hair, don't care. Another one says, this is my body, it's not yours. I absolutely agree. Another one says, break the fucking rules. And over anything, like that's just my motto for life. Like if the government tells you to do something, if they are promoting something, if they're selling something, run the other fucking way, because it's not for your health, it's not for your benefit. You know, they laughing all the way to the bank. Body hair is natural, so stop shaming girls who don't shave. Shave because you want to, not because you have to. Why are you so offended? And the girl has her hands in the air. And that is so true. Like, if someone's gay, that does not offend me. I don't care what they're doing in the bed. You know, if someone eats meat, I don't give a fuck. That's you. The shit is number 2 cancerous, carcinogenous. And if you haven't read papers and looked at what the health and cowspiracy by now, I don't know what to say. But I just have to, you know, worry about myself and, you know, prepare for any funerals that I might have to go to in the future. I mean, it just is what it is at this point. But I will say the Bible does clearly scream, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Now, at one point we couldn't read, so a lot of people died. But now, I mean, there's really no excuse. There's no excuse. And we all are going to die. This is true. But, you know, don't try to be first place. Damn it. The Bible says you're supposed to get 100 years. And I honestly feel like if you don't make it to 100, it's because of your life choices. A promise is a promise. Or some like freak accident, like a car accident, or, you know what, or maybe, you know, the government be killing folks and shit. But we're supposed to get 100 years. That's a biblical promise, just like the rainbow. And last time I checked, them rainbows definitely be in the sky. Oh, okay. Another one says, life is too short to be unkind to yourself. Another one says, why don't you shave? And that's people in the background. And she's saying, why don't you fuck off? And that's so me. There's a company called Billy. They have a body hair campaign where they're taking pictures of models with hair. And I thought that was interesting. Like, you know, I've never seen that before ever. I didn't know there's even a lot of celebrities that don't shave. And I was like, wow. Like, you know, that has never even been on my radar. There's a picture of my favorite Wonder Woman. I just love how her mom was like love and light and woman super strength, and her dad was just like evil, the devil. And then she's just this perfect mix of the two. And I kind of feel like there's yin and yang, good and bad, which is our parents, you know, mother and father, God and the devil, whatever. And I feel like we are the product of both worlds. So if we're living more yin, we represent that parent. If we live more yang, we represent that parent. But I really feel like there's a balance, and I think you can walk a thin line. Because like if if wrong is done, you need to have that fire energy to kind of protect yourself and to take a vengeance. I mean, Jesus did flip tables, you know. But then, you know, there's times where you need to be woosah, peace. You don't need to go into a mall shooting everybody. So I feel like if we really get this balance thing together, we'll be like the perfect species. There's another picture that says body hair is basically skin confetti. And I thought that was so super cute. Another one says, why is body hair only unhygienic when it's on a woman's body? And I agree. Men have chest hair, beards, mustache, nose hair, ear hair, underarm, pubic. Nobody say shit to them like, oh my God, you're so stank. I know they take a fucking shower, they groom, they can trim it. They're just fine. But if a woman do it, you know, it's not appealing. Oh my God, da da da. And a lot of people are saying this is coming from the porn industry. For me, if you don't give a person a chance, whether it's female or male, because of their appearance, you're very shallow and superficial. It should be skin deep, because something could happen. Like a lot of people say attraction. Yes, I agree with attraction. But what if you marry the most handsomest man or the most beautiful woman and they get burned? And now the skin doesn't look the same. You know, there's so many different things that can happen. are you going to stick by their side or leave? You know what I mean? That's why they say beauty is only skin deep, because I'm going to need you to go deeper, baby. Not about his fucking hair. What that mind do. Okay, what that mouth do. Not like that, but we have an intellectual conversation? You know? Are you caring? How do you treat people? What are your goals and aspirations? Like, but you up here worrying about armpits and vagina hair. I don't know. It's just like, is this where we are, Lord? I mean, these are the men that you want us to choose from, God. Okay. Another picture says, I'm tired of being shamed for having natural body hair. Another picture says, I solemnly swear to never judge you by your hair. Another picture says, humans have body hair. This was like a text. I really like it. The guy says, ha 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 ha, nothing, just to not shave your legs, ha 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 ha. And the girl said, I mean, the only reason girls have to shave their legs and armpits is because in the 1910s, razor companies decided that they weren't making enough money and wanted to expand to women. However, women don't have beards, so they couldn't use that. So they started using marketing with women who had shaved their body hair. They spread the idea that women having body hair was unclean and unsanitary, and that being hairless was sexy and desirable. Of course, this ad campaign was wildly successful, and that's literally the only reason women have to shave today. Just because some razor company CEO in 1915 decided that they needed more money. The literal only reason why women shave today is because of capitalism. So yeah, I'm very supportive of the idea that women can do whatever they want with their body, LLL. And she's fucking right. She's absolutely right. There's another one that says, you're a hairy girl. Psst, she looks like a man. And she's really sad. And the comment says, you've probably heard mean comments. Another one says, you're a hairy girl. You may have received not so subtle gifts. Somebody gave her a Christmas gift with a razor and a bow on it. If you're a hairy girl, this might have happened. She's trying to raise her back. And then it says, dear hairy girls, your body is normal and beautiful, just the way it is. And I really love that. Like, we have got to do better as a society. I'm just so, disappointed that rapists are walking around, doing whatever the fuck they want to do. You got child predators building whole islands to kidnap girls and not go to jail, and to get celebrities and governors and everybody, on fucking plane records and recorded to where they don't want to speak out about it. And it's like, the fuck? I'm so sick of this shit. But this is what makes the front news. This is a big issue. It's like, we say fuck the real shit and we worry about this. Who cares what someone does with their fucking body? We are so into someone else's business. That's why the world is fucked right now. We worry about everybody else but ourselves. Do you know life is a self journey? Even when your mind starts to go into somebody else's business, shut that shit down. Reflect, pull up a mirror and look back at yourself. You're supposed to be reading self-help books, going to therapy, getting help, becoming the best version of you. You have no time to worry about what anyone else is doing, whether they shave their arms or pubes or not. So I just want to pause for a moment and let you hear a clip about that, because I could not have said it better myself. So I will be right back.
Because there's really one explanation as to why a woman will either choose to keep her body hair or choose to remove her body hair, and it's this. You ready for it? You ready? They can do whatever the fuck they want. How crazy? What?
That was so funny. I am falling more and more in love with this YouTube community. So there's a quote back on my Pinterest. As you can see, I have hair on my legs. Every woman, every human has hair. So what? except in certain medical conditions which stop hair growth. This means you have hair on your legs too. You just hide it. You pretend it doesn't exist by shaving it off. But why? Can only think of one good reason. Not get any funny looks or nasty comments by shaving your legs and hair. You're like, all women are supposed to be in the society you fit in. This is the only reason I'd ever shave my legs. Because of pressure from my environment or the outside world. It's understandable, but strangely rarely mentioned when you ask women why they shave their legs. Some people say, but it's ugly. Women with hair on their legs. But why is it ugly? What is beauty? Is it a cultural construction, a social norm? Women have to shave their legs while men don't? And there's no logical explanation. I think my legs feel weird without hair. I like my leg hair and I want to keep it. Don't get me wrong. I don't think hairless legs are ugly, but I wonder why bother to remove those tiny hairs? Your body is already beautiful. You don't need to follow the rules dictated by some woman's magazine or the porn industry. You don't need to look like or behave like a little girl or a doll. You're a human being and you're perfect as you are. So what are some of the reasons why I don't shave my legs? For the pain or unpleasant feelings, because it's useless and a waste of time. It would keep me distracted from more important fun things. I would take pride in the beauty myth and lookism cult, take part in the beauty industry. I would sponsor other women feel insecure. I would sponsor the beauty industry. I would make other women feel insecure. I would learn to hate my own body, and I would forget what is in my own opinion. Shaving is a form of resistance. Not shaving is a form of resistance to the patriarchy. Remember, body hair is beautiful, whatever anyone tells you. I'm sorry, that end part was weird because she drew a picture and she was writing around it. So you have to read from left to right and go over the body. Let me see if I can say that again. Distracted from more important and fun things, I would take part in the beauty myth and lookism cult. I would sponsor the beauty industry. I would make other women feel insecure. I would learn to hate my own body and forget what I and other women really look like. So in my opinion, not shaving is a form, okay, there we go, resistance to the patriarchy. Remember, body hair is beautiful and whatever, no matter what anyone tells you. I thought that was freaking amazing. Again, if you only can see my hair and legs, leave me the fuck alone. Because there's so much more to be focused on. And, you know, that's just going to steer all the wrong people away. This ain't even on my list, but let me go ahead and add it. It says, you were brainwashed into thinking European features are the epitome of beauty. Okay, can we get back to that? Okay, so that's it for Pinterest. Let me close that out. There was an article. Okay, this girl did a TikTok and they made a whole article about it, and she just went viral about explaining why the razor, happened in the first place. And I kind of mentioned it already, but she just explains it so much better. So let's hear it from her.
Let's talk about why as a society it is an expectation that women should shave. Women have not always shaved in our Western world. In fact, before 1915, when Gillette released their first safe razor, it was not an expectation at all. But Gillet's campaign suggested that because safe razors now exist, women should use it to shave their body hair. And more specifically, it was their armpit hair, as sleeveless dresses were becoming very popular during this time. But during World War II, due to the shortage of resources of stockings, in order for women to be viewed as socially acceptable, they were expected to shave their legs as well. And the rise of popularity of pornography solidified this beauty standard, and soon it became a near impossible task to find models in the media that had body hair. But we are in the 21st century now. Many people now understand that body hair on women is not unhygienic or disgusting, as men have never been pressured to shave, and no one has ever questioned their hygiene. Like the majority of beauty standards in our society, it was made by men to control women.
Thank you for holding. I really appreciate your patience. Oh my God. I'm turning into a robot, you guys. The only thing that I think you should consider, just really for everyone else, because if you don't, because now so look, this is what Spirit is sending me now. So remember when I mentioned drinking your pee? I haven't reached that step yet. I don't even think I drink enough water for that yet. So I know about the people drinking their pee therapy, I just haven't, when I learn something, I learn it and then I eventually do it. So I'm not there yet. Now I'm hearing where people aren't bathing and people aren't using soap, and I'm like, okay, let me read a little bit more about this, because there's truth in every lie, there's lie in every truth. But on the flip side, I think it should be comfortable for everyone. So, like, when I go downtown and a bum walks by me, even before they get close, the wind just, it's like a mixture of, stench outside, liquor, whatever. It just be like, whoo. And I just think you should be like considerate of that. If you're working in an office, okay, there's people around you. If you're sweaty, you need to keep up your hygiene, because other people are breathing in that same air. Just like simple things like that. But no one cares if you shave or not. If you smell well, keep it up. That's just basic hygiene. But who said that shaving was a part of hygiene? The Bible said being clean is next to godliness, not being bald. It's like people be making up their own scriptures. Being bald is next to God. No, bitch. It's cleanliness is next to godliness. So as long as you're mastering that, you're on the road to God. Being a God, okay? So this comes from the list. It turns out every time we shave, we're removing a thin layer of skin. Not only does that sound painful, but let's not forget our skin is there for a reason. If you shave or wax too soon or frequently, you may irritate or traumatize the skin, and that is painful. New York-based dermatologist Dr. David Bank told Bustle, it's important not to shave too frequently, as this can lead to stripping away the skin's outer protective barrier layer. And if that happens, the skin is more vulnerable to irritations and infections. Now, can we talk about COVID for a minute? I would love to do a survey between people who shave and don't shave and see which ones have contacted COVID. Because if our skin is a protective layer, like your skin is the largest organ on your body. So I actually use almond oil. I use coconut oil. I got tea tree. Like, you should treat your skin and moisturize it and give it nutrients and stuff just like you do your hair. On your head, because you may shave everywhere else, but on your head, the same way you shampoo and condition your hair and you take extra great care of your hair, baby lotion ain't gonna do it. Body works ain't gonna do it. Actually, give your skin vitamins. That's the largest organ on your body. If anything can penetrate that, they behind enemy lines. You're conquered. So to me, let's just think about this. There's two types of doctors. There's doctors that attempt to help people. Well, three. You got your spiritual doctors that focus on the mind, the spirituality, and the chakras and stuff, right? You got your physical doctors that do surgery. Some of them are really saving lives, but a lot of them are experimenting, and they're, part of the dark web, selling organs and shit. You are worth more dead than alive. Never forget that. And then three, there's scientists. They are doctors too, but they are on the darker side. A lot of those Nazi doctors, after trial, they weren't killed. They were shipped right over here to America. Okay? Just a moment of silence to let your mind ponder. So we trust these doctors with all these vitamins and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. No. They tell you they fixing one thing and on fucked up 10. Like, that's just not logically smart. And people aren't getting healed and being healthy. They're still dying. I would rather go to a holistic chiropractor that's going to help me heal, give me remedies to not see his or her ass no more. That's the type of doctor I want. But that's another podcast. There were some comments. When you go to YouTube, make sure you read the comments, because it be the comments for me. The comments be so freaking funny. Somebody said they want the hair as deep and long as the Amazon forest. Somebody else said, I wonder what group of people naturally have no pubic hair. That was a good question. Someone said, not too long hair, not too bald. Someone else said, I was always told the hair is to protect that area. My sister says that if a guy wants a bare area, he wants a little girl. Now, my mom has said that. So, are we listening to child molesters and predators who are telling us to shave? Have y'all seen in movies where guys will ask the girl to act like a little girl, ask her to scream? Like, it's some creeps out there. So what grown man wants you to shave like a little girl? Does that freak you out? This girl is bare, just like the baby you can change, just like your niece, nephew, just like your daughter, and you're comfortable with entering that? Is that not like a mind fuck? I don't know how I would feel. I don't know. That might need to be another podcast. Someone else said it's okay not to shave, but keep it small as possible. And then someone else said natural as long as it's clean. And I agree with that. As long as it's clean, like that should be the focus. As long as it's clean. Let me delete these so I don't reread them. Someone else said, I love a hairy bush. The best and convenient for a girl too. Brazilian wax are painful, and I don't know why someone will voluntarily inflict that type of torture on themselves. Someone else said natural but trim. Someone else said I'm old school and I like hair. Someone else said it should be talked about more because of how much hard work goes into shaving. Let's see. Natural, always natural. I love mysteries. I love hair. I love hair in my mouth, and I'm not a freak. Whoa. Someone else said, I find it disgusting that you so-called men are finding hair as a masculine thing. You're telling me that all you care about is hair going in your teeth. Being shaved or not doesn't determine how clean you are either. Y'all make me realize that you don't love for love, but you love for sex. If you really loved your woman, you wouldn't even care if she had a forest down there or even hairy legs. And I agree with that. Like, love has so many levels, and I'm just realizing a lot of people are in pre-K when it comes to love. In pre-K with whole kids running around. Someone else said, I love a woman who is natural. If she shaves, I feel like I am messing with a child, and I'm not about that life. So that's 3 times. You know, I said I get things in 3. My mom has always said it. We just heard the last comment, and now here's another comment. And I'm pretty sure, like, why don't we have conversations like this? Guys, do y'all talk about women being shaved, reminding you of kids and how uncomfortable it is? Maybe if you bring that up, more women will stop shaving. Someone else said, I read that pubic hair is actually really important for protecting the vagina against bad bacteria, infections, UTIs, and overall cleanliness of the vagina. So it's pretty funny to think that people feel it makes them cleaner to shave when in reality, science shows that it does not. See what I mean? How whatever they tell you, just flip it on its axis. Oh, shaving is clean. If you don't shave, you're disgusting. No, bitch. It's the other way around. Let's see. This one, lady. Oh, I had a question. So maybe not shaving by yourself is okay, but when it comes to a partner, is that like a discussion that you should have? Hey babe, I'm not shaving anymore. Is that okay with you? Like, is that going to be a deal breaker? Is that something you should even have to ask? You know, that's an interesting question. But I have a clip from a couple who she just doesn't shave and he's okay with it and he actually loves her. And to be honest, he was sniffing her armpits through the whole video. And she said there is a smell, but it's not. She said there's a difference between a smell and stink, which I agree, because we are humans and we have our own scent, right? And if you aren't clean, that scent can, you know, occur a funk. There's a difference. For example, if I leave my jacket at your house and I come pick it up and I smell it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's how I smell. If you leave your jacket at my house and I pick it up, I'm like, oh, that's how you smell. You see, so there are smells that maybe we don't pay attention to because all this deodorant and perfumes and shit. But basic human pheromones, when you smell them, it's just like, that's like a whole, oh my God, everything has a language. Your eyes have a language. Your ears have a language. Your touch has a language. So your nose has a language too. And bitch, it ain't talking, but it's going to do what it do. There was a guy, oh my God, when we were in the office because we were working from home, he walked by and I kid you not, I stood up out my chair. I looked down the aisle and I was like, who is that? You smell so good. Like everything in me just turned the fuck on. I don't know what that was. See what I mean? Those scientists are in the lab. They are in the lab selling sex in a bottle. Like I literally looked down the aisle like, who the fuck was that? And it smelled amazing. Everything in my body was on just from a smell. So I'm pretty sure that's what he was picking up on because he just could not get enough from her. But I just love the support. Whether he liked it or not, he accepted her for who she was. He loved her. I'm pretty sure that boosted her confidence. And I'm pretty sure she was more reassured that, yeah, this is my guy. I love him the more because yes, look at him. So I'm going to let you hear a clip of those two. And then I read some comments about them. Like, don't ever look at a YouTube video without the comments. It be the comments for me every time. I be dying in the comments. Okay, so I'll be right back after you hear. They are just so cute. I just love them.
To others, there's still like this sense of like maybe like stankiness, or I'm not sure, but it's not their armpits and it's not their body, so.
Will you ask me what I think of your armpit hair?
What do you think of my armpit hair?
Can I see it? Yeah, I like the way it looks, honestly. Like, I guess before this, I might have like imagined it and thought I would think that it was like weird or unusual, or it might take getting used to, or it might be not attractive or something, but it actually just seems so natural and so right. Like, there's something about, I think it looks cute, and so yeah, it's been fun for me to like have this experience and just like been another little opportunity in my life to see the stories that people live by that they're maybe not even sure why they're living by them, to realize that there's actually an upgrade available, which is armpit hair.
Armpit hair. And it's funny you say that because I feel like when I was like first growing them out, I was maybe like a little bit insecure, mostly about like what you thought. And then I distinctly remember a point where I'd like shave them, and then you notice that and you're like, wait, what happened to your armpit hair? And I shaved them because I thought maybe like you weren't like that into it. So I was like like kind of like letting these like thoughts or ways I thought that you perceived me to influence my decision, when in reality, yeah, you were like super supportive of it.
Yeah, that's right. You did. She shaved her armpit hair, and then I even found myself being like, "Oh, where'd it go? I like that." So that's interesting, and I wouldn't have expected that beforehand. So.
But everyone's different, and maybe armpit hair isn't for you, but for me, yeah, it's definitely been a way to just feel more empowered in my femininity. Because why not? And it's like something that can change. If you want to shave it, you can shave it. If not, you don't have to.
You want to make a thumbnail?
Yeah, so those two are just so super cute. And I just want to read their comments. I love how he supports her and he doesn't want her to change it. Oh, they're so cute to see her boyfriend supporting this and realizing that in her natural state, he still really loves her. He's a keeper. For real though, I love the response. Somebody put relationship goals. And it says, I love the response of I was born this way and how supportive Tyson is, and that's how it should be. Tyson is such a sweetie for loving Raya as he does. My husband is the one who suggested that I stop shaving because I was always stressed about needing to shave every other day, spending a lot of money on products and irritating my skin. I haven't shaved anything for 6 months and my skin is so relaxed and the hair is super soft and warm. Please stop making women feel like they need to shave. People, like Raya said, it even flicks the smelly bacteria away. It's not filthy at all. Hair is hair. No big deal. And you know what? I couldn't agree more. Okay, so that's it for that. There's an article from littlethings.com. And littlethings.com, they just be putting ads on everything now. Stop shaving now. 7 great reasons to leave your body hair alone by Rebecca Endicott on September 27th, 2016. Y'all see how far behind I am? Now I never really cared about my legs or my arms. But under my arms and my yoni, because I guess society, you know, what will people say if I raise my arm? You know, whatever the fuck. But those days are over. All human beings naturally have body hair. It's just part of our deal as mammals. But when it comes to people, there's a huge gap between how men and women deal with it. Men are expected to groom the hair on their head, trim and shave their beards, and maybe tweeze a few stray nostril hairs here and there. For women, on the other hand, practically all hair is questionable. It can be an incredibly emotional fraught process, as we saw with the young woman with PCOS who has to shave her face just to stay smooth. Some women love going bare, while others prefer to buck expectations and let it all grow free. A lot of women fall somewhere in the middle and might groom some parts of their bodies and leave others alone. There's no right choice to make. All that matters is that each and every woman feel comfortable with their hair or lack thereof. But if you're on the fence, it may be time to consider the cases for dropping the razor and letting your body hair do its thing. Check out a few reasons to let your hair grow in the gallery below. Number 1. Shaving irritates your skin. Now, I will agree. I hated that. Hair regulates your body temperature. Now, when I shave, I do sweat more. If you know me, I sweat a lot. I am a sweater. When I used to go to the club, it would look like I'm swimming in the freaking pool. It's just so crazy. And even now, sometimes when I go to sleep, it's just like crazy. And I be having the audacity to want to cuddle. So when somebody cuddle with me, I'll be like, oh, because I know you are sweating the fuck up. I'm like a ball of fire, but I'm always cold. It's so crazy. So when I don't shave, I notice I don't sweat as much. So I feel like that is true. Reasons to be hairy. Shaving removes your natural protection. So I think that's the biggest cue that we're missing. If we take vitamins to boost our immune system and sea moss and sunlight and blah, 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 blah. I mean, not shaving should be thrown in there too. Like, protection is protection. And if your skin is your largest organ, you may want to start there. I mean, it's just my opinion. Science says body hair is sexy. Hair removal is expensive. The ouch factor. Think of the time that you'll save. They basically say you spend 72 days of your life shaving your legs. And you could be, using that time doing something else. I thought that was like insane. So yeah, that was it for that. And I don't think I have any more in there. Let me go back to my one. My OneNote. Oh, okay, so that was it. So I just feel like research is something that you should always do and just make the best decision for you and your family. But we do have to unlearn and relearn. Like a lot of things we were just told to do, we're just doing them blindly, and they are not beneficial to our health. Why are you telling me to smear this deodorant under my arm and it's giving me cancer? Why are you telling me that I need meat, vegetable, and a starch and a glass of milk with each meal? When two of those things, most definitely milk and the meat, are building up cancer in my body. I may not have cancer now, but over time it's going to grow. Why are you doing that to the citizens that you so-called love? But at the end of the day, they aren't at the cash register with a gun to your head telling you to buy and check out. No, because they've already won by planting that seed in your head. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, and it's time to reclaim your mind. We have a whole computer system in our hand. You can learn something new every single day that can help you. Something for your health, something about your finances, something about your love life, whatever category you want to invest in, you could be learning every single day. But they teach us to watch football, to look at basketball, to entertain ourselves, to look at a movie. And I'm not saying that you can't learn from movies and TV shows, but let's let the knowledge outrun the entertainment, okay? Where else was I going with that? Life is about you. If you start to focus on someone else, just hold up a mirror so that you can look back at yourself. No matter what anyone else is got going on, it's okay to have an opinion, but that opinion should not be life or death. If you say, girl, that wolf monkey, you need to shave, that's fine. Leave it at that. You shouldn't get so emotional and build up so much energy and try to convince somebody to shave. Why? You could have been building up that energy to change bad habits in yourself to become a better you. Opinions should just be like, do you like ketchup or mustard? No, I just want a plain hot dog. It should be just like that. All that extra energy and argument and I stopped looking at reality TV because I was getting so upset with the choices that people were making with their life. I'm gonna tell you when I stopped. When Rashida went back with whatever, Kirk, my heart, like, what the fuck? Like, I don't think women realize how strong and powerful they are. Like, next to every successful man is a woman. They don't say next to every successful woman is a man. Remember that. In Egypt, there were women pharaoh. The man was next to her, but they don't tell you that. In the Bee Kingdom, it's the queen that runs it. But again, they don't tell you that. It's just like, oh my God. So when she took him back, I was like, oh my God. Like, women, it's time to reclaim the throne, okay? If we aren't leading the right way, they aren't doing. The reason they run around here doing what they want to do is because we aren't in place. when the teacher is not in the classroom and the substitute there, the class is acting a fool. These men is acting a fool. When the teacher comes back, everything gets back in line. When the woman sits on her throne, the men will get back in line. Beyonce, the same thing. You mean tell me you are fine as hell, talented, successful, all of this, and this nigga do what? It's like, wow. So, and it's okay to go back with whoever you want to go back with, but a lot of men will tell you when a woman leaves, they've learned a very valuable lesson, and they're the best for the next person. Sometimes it's not about you. You know, like my sister said on her last podcast, check her out, the one and only, on all podcasts. She was saying sometimes you can be a person's lesson. You may be a lesson for heartbreak. You may be a lesson for grief. You may be a lesson of love. You may be a lesson of the water come and go. The point is that you get the fucking lesson. So anyways, just try to learn and relearn. Question everything for yourself. Whether you decide to shave or not, let it be your choice. Nothing to do with society, but everything to do with you. And I reference the phone being a computer a lot. But what I've been finding out is if everything is in you, and this is true, you ask yourself a question, which is why Spirit is pulling me to meditate more and more, the answer comes. Life is an equation too. Because I literally was like, I need X amount of money. I need this to happen now. I need to pay this credit card off. How can I make this happen? And I just kept fumbling with that equation. Bitch, I figured out a solution. Now, and that's literally manifestation right there. It's literally a math problem. It's 10 ways to skin a cat, right? You heard of that? So yeah, I thought this was pretty interesting. It was just a personal decision for me. I already don't eat meat, just because what I learned, and I made an executive decision for myself. And I feel like as long as, summer is coming. So with my natural deodorant, my natural deodorant was fine with me shaving, no problems. I'm going to test it out with my hair. And as long as I'm not causing, no odor, and I'm clean, because that's offensive to myself and everybody else. Like, you definitely want to be clean. But if I'm fine, and this one girl also says she does deep conditioner, so I can try that too. And she says that works like a deodorant too. But if I'm not offensive to anyone, game on. And it's so funny because I was worried. This one lady, she's married with 4 kids, and she said sex is so much better with hair. And I was thinking back, and I was like, oh my God, I definitely recall a time. So she's onto something, and she made a point. She was like, the hairs are communicating with each other. So they have us focusing on what we could see, what we could say, and what we can hear. But I think the most powerful parts of us are like the inside, like our heart. You can't literally see it, but it's doing the most important thing, pumping the blood through your body so you can stay alive. We can't see air, but bitch, you breathing it, and that's how we're staying alive. I think the most important things maybe aren't seen, aren't heard, blah, 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 blah. Like our hair is picking up a language. It's communicating with the sun, with the elements, with the colors and stuff. Obviously with your partner. So I'm gonna let y'all hear this clip, because I was like, oh my God. Now, out of all the videos, and I don't look at a lot, she was the only one that touched on that. And I was like, oh my God, that is so. And I had to think back, and I was like, yes, she has a point. So I'm gonna let you hear her, and then I'm gonna come right back.
Hair, and it's just something. Alright, but anyway, I'm telling y'all, like, it's been a year since I've taken off hair, and it's just something about it. Like, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's like when we come together and when the like hairs touch, it's like now this might sound a little weird, but trust me, it don't feel weird. It's like our hairs are like talking to each other. And the fact that they are communicating makes the sensations and the connection like even stronger. Like, I'm telling y'all. So for all of you females out there and men who are like, females with hair is nasty and it's terrible, that just tells me that you have not experienced intercourse with hair, okay? And until you do, keep them comments to yourself. Keep that to yourself. Now, I can't speak for my husband. I haven't talked to him about what he feels, but maybe I should. And maybe we should just like make a whole clip on it, because for me, I feel like our connection is stronger because of the hair. So I wonder if he feels that way. I don't know. But until you have experienced hair down there, I don't want to hear no negative comments from males or females, okay? Period. Y'all have a good day. Thank you for tuning in. And don't knock it till you try it. Don't knock it till you try it.
And I think she's absolutely right. At this point, you can I just need to move into a little tree house in the forest. Snow White, move over, make room. I'm coming. Because I already want to live off the grid. I already want solar panels. I want my animals, my little pigs and my chickens. It's like, now I'm part of the wolf pack. I was like, I'm just getting further and further away from society standards and norms and expectations. It's like, you have to rewrite life for yourself and just do you. And actually, I do remember growing up seeing like adults with hair, women and men. It wasn't a big thing like it is now. You would see the little white pieces of hair, you know, from their arm. And it was never like a nasty, ill, disgusting thing. I don't know where that came from. Ew, disgusting. The only thing that should be ill discussion is body odor. You know? But just the sight of hair, you don't say, oh my gosh, that person isn't bald, ew, hair. Like, hair is hair. It's there. I don't know. I just feel like if you believe in shaving so much, it should be everything. The hair on your head, your eyebrows, your eyelashes, like all. Like, if it's so nasty and dirty and disgusting, get rid of it all, right? Like, and some people do their cats like that. Like, they have allergies, so they skin the whole cat. You know, at least they're all or none and not in between. Got a half furry, half naked cat. That's kind of how it is to me. It's like, okay. But you got a head full of hair, but okay. It just be the conditioning for me. It just be the lies. Like, okay, so you want to go to war. You need more money from women. You create a razor. It's like, all they have to do is paint a picture and we'll follow. Put some celebrities on it. Put some models on it. And like the sheep just follow. It's like I'm just starting to see that more and more and more. But I mean, do as thy will, you know. Do as thy will. The greatest law is love. And, you know, what can anybody say outside of that? It shouldn't matter. You know, people that do shave shouldn't try to force people that don't to. And people that don't shave shouldn't try to force people that do not to. I mean, it's so much self-work to be done. It is what it is. I just wanted to share my opinion. I do feel like our skin is a barrier. And even though you can't see the cuts, what if those razor cuts are doing so much damage to us and we don't even realize it? You know? What if it's communication that we're missing? What if they're trying to disconnect us from lights, from spirit? You know? Like the Bible says, you know, the light of man, light. We always hear light. Okay, so the sun is the major thing that gives life to every fucking thing here. And if your hair communicates with that, wouldn't you want all communications to be a go? That's just, that's just my opinion. Look at my sister calling me. So let me just end this podcast and I'm going to see what Sissy Boo want. I switched up the way I end the podcast. And so I forgot which one of my zodiac. I am a cardinal. So I'm good with change, y'all. So keep learning. Keep evolving and spreading love. I hope you see the fruits of your labor. Namaste. Love-a-stay. Vibe high, babe. And even if you don't, sometimes you don't, that's okay. Talk to it. Learn from it. Let it know it's going to be okay and rise again, okay? We don't stay down. We have to rise. And you won't always be up, so buckle up because you're going to go down sometimes. And I will catch you guys on the next episode. I really love this episode. It's like, bitch, I literally just told the whole world I'm not shaving anymore. That is like wild. That is like wow. And let me tell you what my mom said. She was like, you not shaving, wolf monkey? And it just was like, it didn't even bother me. It was like, no, I'm not, I'm not shaving. And because I haven't made my new deodorant, I haven't had on deodorant for the past 2 days, and I did not smell. I don't smell right now. Y'all heard me sniffing? So yeah, do you, boo? Vibe high, babe. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Thanks a million for listening. There's a million podcasts in the world. You clicked on this one, this one, to hear what I have to say. I hope universe has a special message for you. You can reach me on Linktree at /love.meesh. I hope you have a better than great day. Love ya. Talk to you later. Bye.
You all come to us young people for hope. How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words. And yet, I'm one of the lucky ones. People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction. And all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?